Hello, and welcome to the ICA Chiro Cast. I'm your host, Dr. Brant Hulsebus. I am a chiropractor here in Rockford, Illinois, and I am a proud member of the ICA. And I'm joined today by somebody I've known for a couple of years, but it's just kind of getting his feet with the ICA. Preston, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Preston Penrod. I am the current Student International Chiropractors Association president on Palmer main campus in Iowa.
So can you tell me how things are going with the Student ICA Club at Palmer?
Yes, a lot better as of now. A year ago, I was the only member, and I assumed presidency after a few individuals went to precept. And now, as of a year later, I have 14 members on our um, participation, and we have almost a full board.
So it sounds like you're getting the club organized and reignited and fired up to get back at it again. That sounds amazing. Great job.
Correct. Yeah, it's been a struggle for sure. Recruiting people for an association-based club is hard.
So who's the doctor at Palmer College? That's because I know every school has to have a professor or a faculty member that you work with. Who is yours at Palmer?
Yes, our advisor for the club is Dr. Roger Hines. He's been the advisor as I think 20 years almost.
He knows a little bit about chiropractic philosophy and chiropractic technique, correct?
Oh, yes, he does, and yes, do I.
So how often do you guys meet?
We meet probably once a month, and especially when events come closer, such as our symposiums, doc talks, or auction, we try to do it at least every few weeks just to get our bearings right. And we email and text so much.
So talk to me about an upcoming event. I think you have an upcoming event next month you'd like to talk about today.
Correct, correct. We have our fall auction November 15th. It'll be the first time in 5 years that we've hosted this auction on campus. It used to be a big thing that drew a lot of students together on the Palmer main campus, but during COVID, they tried doing it online that year and it didn't have a great turnout. I was told it used to have over 100 participants. We used to have over 100 donations, but it turned to be more of um, like, oh, I can see what is on for auction, and I don't really like those, so I'm just not going to participate on this online thing. And then they didn't do it after. And I'm more of an in-person thing. I enjoy going to the in-person conventions and symposiums. So as of this year, also earlier in March, you participated in the student spring symposium that I had a few doctors come and talk to students, which also was for 5 years. But I'm starting to get that rolling also for the auction per se. It's hard to find donors. That is my biggest struggle. Since we used to have over 100 donated items, I'm more at like not even 30 at the moment. Trying to resurrect a club plus its events that it used to hold is the biggest struggle I have. I thought recruiting was a struggle, but it's more like keeping these events alive is my biggest struggle, if you know what I mean.
Wait, so when I went to school there back in 2002, I can remember Dr. Riekman even donating a week at his ranch in Colorado when he still had that. I can remember doctors donating all kinds of stuff, whether it's trips, whether it was books, office equipment, nervoscopes, and all that kind of fun stuff. Big items, small items, even just a couple of green books. There was always donations made by other doctors. And I think today you're on here hoping that we can get this message out and maybe some of our ICA members or watching or listening to this can think of a moment where they might be able to give something, correct?
Correct, correct. We take anything from green books, technique books, seminar tickets, dinner with docs, stuff like that, and we'll just auction off to the students for whatever they'll pay for it. You said something about a nervoscope. Well, I contacted EDL, the company that makes the nervoscopes, and they donated a $1,300 nervoscope to us, and all they care about is getting a picture of the winner. They're very happy to participate. And I even have Dr. Rob Sennett. He donated two of his books. The Association for History of Chiropractic donated a few books from the mansion. One is Around the World with BJ, that's never been open. So we've been trying to get a lot. Palmer is allowing us to do it on campus, which is great because then it'll keep the students interactive. But I'm harassing the clinics because they have used equipment from the California location that they don't use or that they picked that was newer, and they're talking about donating that to us for free also.
Well, if you're a doctor listening, it would be really big of you to make a donation. And if you wanted to make a donation today, how would they go about getting a hold of you?
Well, they can just do my email at Preston period Penrod 01 at gmail.com, or you can call or text me at 815-975-2068, and I can get you set up. It's super easy on my end to set up the donation stuff. It's just harder to harass people to get those donations. I've emailed over 50 doctors and chiropractic organizations, and not even a quarter of them have responded back to me. You know, it's hard to get that email communication a two-way street.
Well, a nice thing somebody could do, like if I work with a company, like say like NutriWest or Standard Process, or supplementation, I could send them an email and copy you on the email and tell them what you're looking for. Maybe they can make a donation as well. That would be a great thing to start. Somebody open the door for you, right?
Yeah. Oh, yes, definitely. I've just done the website emails and I've tried calling, these places, but being a student, it's such a block, because I'm not going to be a paying customer for them, but the already paying customers in the chiropractic community has that in for us to get those donations by putting us on that email. That is such a big help compared to, this schmuck from the campus being like, "Oh, will you donate to me?"
Think the money you're going to raise, just so people understand, maybe you guys want to go to the annual ICA conference in April, which I think is down in Florida, or the 100-year celebration of the ICA, which I understand is going to be in Washington, D.C. And that's how you students get there, right? Because this money you raise goes into your account. And I know that you guys came to the Illinois Prairie State. You had to get a couple hotel rooms, and you were able to do that with this fund, correct? That's what this funds go to?
Correct. Our funds that we raise through the auction, through our fundraisers on campus, are strictly for us to go see chiropractors or host our doc talks on campus with some food or whatever to draw more students in. My big plan is to get us to go to these ICA events that are far away from campus because they don't put it close to the main campus. So us having funds pushes us in that direction. Like you said, we did attend the IPSCA Fall Convention, the 75th year, and all we had to pay for was gas, food, and the hotel, and the entire cost was paid for by the club. No member had to pay out of pocket. And that's the great thing about these funds is we do say that if you're a member, you get the discounted seminars or the discounted, mentorships, but it could be free.
Absolutely. And, I always hear you chiropractors say, I wish we had more students here, or the students need to be at these conferences, and we have to get this in front of the students. And this is how you accomplish that goal, is by making a donation to the Student ICA so they can auction off your item, raise the money, and get to these conferences you keep complaining about you need more students at. Correct?
Yes, I've heard that my entire student career, or when I was attending IPSCA conventions before, I would hear, why are students not attending these? This is so impactful. Even as a out practicing chiro for 10 years, it's empowering to go to these conventions in a room of like-minded individuals to continue on. And I've always been like, yeah, I wonder why. And sometimes it is fun. Like a student at Palmer, Life, Sherman, we're on loans. So we can't afford the $300 ticket to get in, plus the $60 food costs and the gas costs and the hotel costs. It's a lot of money. And I was very thankful that IPSCA partnered with us to get us to their event in the Chicagoland area. And I hope to do more with surrounding associations. But as I've grown this club, my biggest idea is that I can bring chiropractors to come influence the students and motivate them to be chiropractors. There is so much school and classwork that they just get beaten down. Like we're approaching finals at Palmer, Maine, and I'm sitting here setting up for the auction. I'm setting up for doc talks. I'm getting ready to set up for our spring symposium next year, and I'm excited because I love chiropractic that much that I want to sit there and I want to listen. And all these other students are like, oh, well, I got a micro final, or I got, boards coming up next try, and I'm scared. It's like, but you're here for a reason. And that's what you should be looking at that end goal and getting excited to be a chiropractor, being at Palmer, or being at Life, just getting excited to actually be a chiropractor. And that's the great thing about doing these seminars and stuff.
My first annual ICA meeting many, many years ago, I remember going there and they had representatives from every single Student ICA chapter on campus, and they got everyone together in one room. Dr. Corey Rodnick from Michigan was working with them and telling them to introduce each other and help each other grow. And I know I'm in Davenport a lot because of my family there, and I come in and I say, hey, I'm going to be in town. Why don't we all go out to dinner, and I'll buy everybody a couple of cheeseburgers somewhere, and we'll have a good night of just hanging out. So more alumni more alumni, more just ICA people. If you're in the neighborhood, reach out to your student ICA rep and let them know that you're going to be in town and you just want a couple of minutes with you and organize something. This is what I'm hearing, correct?
Exactly. Exactly. More communication. We have no idea what's going on besides the email blurps, if you even look at your email. I've gotten a lot of my board information from you, because I'm asking you, how is ICA, or whatever, and you keep me updated instead of us being updated through ICA as much, especially because it's ICA and then the students are in the background. The future is in the background. And that's an issue. So yes, local chiropractors who are going to be in the area of, an ICA chapter or whatever should reach out. We love to have you come and speak. We love just to have you make an appearance. I've had you appear on events that you weren't even talking to, but you're an ICA rep, and I can have you represent the ICA. And that's my biggest push, is to show that we're more than just a club on campus. We are an actual association protecting the rights of all chiropractors, to protect subluxation base, x-ray use, and it's important, at least to me.
We're in charge of protecting BJ Palmer's Sacred Trust. That's what the ICA is in charge of. And it's good, but it doesn't do any good if the next generation doesn't experience that or part of that, because then it dies.
Correct. Yes, and at least at Palmer, when we had homecoming, we are participating in the philosophy tent night, where we get to sit there and listen to philosophy and listen to Dee Dee and BJ's words and get inspired. I feel like in some way chiropractic is switching away from philosophy, and I like to dive my head face first into it, because without all three legs of that stool, you don't got chiropractic.
Well, I think this is going to be a great update for our membership to know what's going on in the student chapter. Palmer is one example. I've been in communication with student ICA members from Sherman and other schools as well. I just wanted to take a moment, highlight what's going on in the student chapter, and find something to donate to the student ICA chapters. Even if you don't have anything to physically send them, write them a check. Give them one adjustment a month. Take $50 a month and send it to them. Help them out. Help them get their mission accomplished. Helping in the conferences and seminars. Preston, I want to say thank you for what you're doing. It's a thankless job. I once had it myself, and I just want to thank you for what you're doing. And it might be a thankless job, but it's a powerful job. So we love you and appreciate you, what you're doing.
Well, I appreciate my time on here with you. I appreciate spreading, goals and ideas to the rest of the ICA, and hope that we can survive and continue on these events.
And survive and thrive. Thank you, Preston.
Exactly.
And if you like this podcast, make sure you like and subscribe wherever you're watching or listening to this. And we'll be coming at you more. I've been tasked now with doing more podcasts outside the ICA Sports and Fitness Council. So we're going to have all kinds of good guests. And I know the Student ICA Chapter from Sherman wants to be on next. So we're going to do that next. Most of you know I went to Palmer, so maybe Palmer got to go first because that's where I went to school. So thank you for joining us.